Okay, okay. So, yeah. So, good evening, class. Vishnu Kumar ji, yesterday you didn't attend the class, I think. Important topic we completed yesterday. That is related to the formation of Indian National Congress and first two phases of Indian National Congress. Yashaswini and Vikramji, they attended. I hope you have remembered. And Vikramji, Vishnu Kumarji, once you follow that yesterday's class, then it will be easy for understanding, right? So easy one, not that difficult. Once you will follow now, you can understand. So last class we saw the formation of two groups. One was called as the Indian National Congress, 1885 to 1905. 1885 we saw Bombay session. It was started and it continued till 1905. Until 1905, we can consider this phase as the moderates, right? Because the leaders were very simple. Dada Vainaraji, Badruddin Tayebji, Umesh Chandra Banerjee, Gopal Krishna Gokhale, such type of simple leaders. Their methods were very simple. They did unable to aggressive. They did not demand anything with by force. Okay, prayer, petition, such type of simple methods they adopted, and demand also very less demand, not that much of heavy demand. They are unable to demand more for the Britishers that to conduct the civil exam by the time ICS. Okay, in both in India and England, by the time that chance was not there to reduce the tax on Indians, to reduce the yeah tax on the military, expenditure on military, next to increase the seats of Indians in the British Council, forest law, to change the forest law. Very simple demands. And the demands also in the methods of prayer, petition, request, loyal to the Britishers. So they unable to create any impression on the Britishers, right? So Britishers initially they gave little bit important to the British because of this important to this Indian National Congress. The British initially gave little important to the Indian National Congress, but when the methods were very simple, even the British also started criticizing to these moderates. As I told yesterday, seditious Brahmins, gathering of the learned people for a few days, like that. They disloyal babus, yeah, microscopic in number. Even by that time, Lord Dufferin was the viceroy, and he criticized. Initially, he was in favor of Indian National Congress. Initially, he was also supported, but the number was not increased, and they involved even in a great achievement. That achievement was none other than, we can say, what was that partition, Bengal partition movement, we can say. That in that also they did not give any important. Yesterday we discussed the partition of Bengal, and that was led to the Swadeshi movement, which was also called as the Bande Mataram movement. Okay, in that Swadeshi movement or the Bande Mataram movement, if you'll see, there was a boycott movement. Yeah, this is also called as a boycott movement because they boycott all the foreign goods. Though they achieved all these things, the moderates during the moderate period, Bande Mataram, 1905, after the division of Bengal, the Swadeshi movement had been criticized on various causes. First, it was confined to the British people told that it was nothing, simply gathering of the Bhadra Loks Sammilan. In one word, Hindi word, Bhadra Lok. Bhadra Lok means gentleman's association. They criticized that as a gentleman's association. Okay. Secondly, it was essentially religious in character. All the Hindus were given more important. Thirdly, Muslims and the mass common people were not allowed to this. Fourthly, the extremist demand for the Swadeshi and Swaraj permanently ignored by the British government. I hope you're understanding what you're discussing. The criticism to the Bengal or the Swadeshi movement. And the credit goes to these moderates, of course. The extremist, the next phase, the Lal Bal Tapal, Aravindo Ghosh, Prafulla Chachi, Khudiram Bose, Saifuddin Kichlu, okay, Satyapal, such type of young leaders, they joined. But the Bengal movement or the Swadeshi movement, the main role was led by these people, and they unable to get a better impression from the people because of their old methods, right? So this is how anyhow it was suppressed, and they banned that one that we discussed in last class also. In spite of all the criticism, Swadeshi movement able to bring one platform among the Indians that was called as the National Patriotic Force. Okay, it able to create the one platform among the Indians that was yeah, we have one organization, and that organization can think for us. Such type of one idea we able to get because of this Swadeshi movement. That platform able to created by the Swadeshi movement. That is one of the achievement we can say. Apart from that, now try to understand. I hope you are understanding. Yeah, Vikramji, Vishnu Kumar, and yes, Aswini. Yeah. Vikramji, may I now get some leaders' name who are the more extremist? Vikramji, extremist, few extremists.
Sir, sorry, I meant sir.
Yeah. Lal Bal Pal.
Subhash Chandra Bose.
Yeah. Lal Bal Pal, Lala Lajpat Rai, Bal Gangadhar Tilak, Bipin Chandra Pal, popularly they were called as Lal Bal Pal. Subhash Chandra Bose, of course. Bhagat Singh. Oh yeah, radicals. We can take the name of the radicals. Who are the radicals? Radicals are the people who believe on the revolutionary activity. They didn't believe in the peace. Bhagat Singh, Jai Rajguru, Sukhdev. Okay. Similarly, Prafulla Chaki in the north we can say Prafulla Chaki, Saifuddin Kichlu, Satyapal. Such type of leaders are the extremists or the radicals. Even these all people, they were the members of Congress. Now there is a conflict in the Congress. Try to understand this part. So what is the conflict? Now when these extremists or the radicals, I'm using the word radical. Radical means they didn't believe in the peace process. I hope you know the Bhagat Singh, how Bhagat Singh able to free Bhagat Singh, Jai Rajguru, Sukhdev, how they were very extremely, they try to kill. Their methods were quite different. Aim, objective were same, but their methods were quite different. So that's why they were termed as the radicals. Of course, they joined in the Congress, but their main role started 1922 to 1930. Remember, radicals' role we will get in the Indian National Congress 1922 to 1930. 1930. 1922, Gandhiji entered already. 1919, Gandhiji completed one movement that was called as the non-cooperation movement. In that non-cooperation movement, we'll discuss these all are in detail, but you try to understand. In that non-cooperation movement, we saw that a Chori Chora incident, 1922. After that, Gandhiji left to Sabarmati. He stayed in Sabarmati. During that time, these radicals became more prominent. But now, they were the members of Indian National Congress. Now means 1905, 1906 we are talking. They were the members of the Indian National Congress. But problem was that other leaders, including the British government, Morley, Minto, they were the, by that time, the secretary to the states of Indian British Council, and the viceroy, Morley and Minto. These all people, they didn't like the involvement of the these extremists in the Indian National Congress. As a result, there was a conflict, and that conflict was popularly called as the Surat conflict of 1907. So today we'll highlight the Surat split. To be frank, in 1905, please note down, 1905, Benares Congress session. In that Benares Congress session, Gopal Krishna Gokhale became the president. He presided that, and the devotion to the motherland. But there, other leaders, Satyanarayana S.N. Banerjee, Dadabhai Naroji, Badruddin Taibji, okay, Firoz Shah Mehta, they all advocated that moderates, they were considered as the moderates, but they didn't like the involvement of these extremists. Try to understand. Okay. As a result, in 1906, a resolution was passed in the Congress. What did they say? Passive resistance. They wanted to implement passive resistance, which said Bal Gangadhar Tilak as a country was passing through the confidence of the practice. in Bengal, moderates and extremists postponed their information. I mean, they didn't like the involvement of this extremist. In 1905, it was started. 1906, next Congress session, it was attended second 22nd session. That was it was held in Calcutta, 1906. December 1906, because December was 28th December as it was started. They tried initially years to conduct the Indian National Congress, mostly the sessions in the December month only. So 22nd session of Indian National Congress was held at Calcutta, December 1906. The extremists wanted Bal Gangadhar Tilak to be the president. Lal Bal Pal, try to remember. First of all, you have to identify the leaders who were the extremists and who were the moderates. So Lal Bal Pal, they were the extremists, and Indian National Congress session of 1906, most of the leaders, they wanted to make Bal Gangadhar Tilak as the president. The Calcutta Congress convinced. The moderates opposed the movement. Firoz Shah Mehta advocated that by securing the approval of Dadabhai Naoroji and Dadabhai Naoroji, yeah, when we are discussing Dadabhai Naoroji, one of the moderate leader, may I know about the Dadabhai Naoroji? May I get what is the nickname of Dadabhai Naoroji in India? How we know Dadabhai Naoroji popularly? May I get it? Yasaswini? Otherwise, anyone? Vikramji or the Vishnu Kumarji? How do we know Dadabhai Naoroji in India? Okay, he's popularly called. Every Indian freedom fighters have a nickname as Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose. Okay, like that, Dadabhai Naoroji is called as the Grand Old Man of India. Grand Old Man of India. So Dadabhai Naoroji also not interested, and Dadabhai Naoroji, who popularly called as the Grand Man of India and Indian National, he presided over the session. He gave the presidency. He made as a president of India. He became that means Congress, president of Indian National Congress. In the meantime, what happened? That conflict was going on. Bal Gangadhar Tilak, they wanted to make, whereas extremists wanted to make Bal Gangadhar Tilak, but Dadabhai Naoroji became the president of Indian National Congress. So that Calcutta session, little bit confusion. Okay, Aurobindo Ghosh, another leader, secretly while he is founding the father of the Congress, he also little bit supported to the young leaders. So this was a little bit confusion and conflict we started in Indian National Congress in the Calcutta session of 1906. Try to remember that. Conflict started with the presidency. In one hand, they wanted to make Bal Gangadhar Tilak extremist. On the other hand, the moderates, they made the Dadabhai Naoroji as the president. Now, Surat session, 1907. So three sessions we are discussing. First, we read the Benares 1905. Second one is the Calcutta 1906. The conflict a little bit started. And now, Surat session of 1907. The moderates and the extremists were preparing themselves for the confusion who has to lead the country. In the meantime, so many revolution, so many things started. Surat session of Congress met on 26th December 1907. The moderates and the extremists attended the session with the determination to test their strength. So now that real conflict started in the Surat. The conflict which started in Benares 1905, Calcutta, we saw that presidency conflict that reached to the peak in 1907 in the Surat split, right? So both the sides, both the extremists and the moderates, mobilized full strength to open a session. Tilak's confederation and other leaders, S.N. Banerjee proclaimed the second. There was great contribution. Finally, they separated the extremists because of their aggressiveness, because of their not proper rules and regulation. They did not follow the ideology of the moderates. Due to that, there was a little bit conflict between these extremists and moderates. And finally, moderates called for the National Conference to carry on the Congress. The conference met at 28th December 1907. Out of the total delegation of 1,600 who attended the Surat Congress, 1,900 were present. Dr. Ras Bihari Ghosh presided over, and Gokhale moved the resolution for constituting a committee for drafting the constitution. In this Surat split, try to remember, the objective of the Congress was clarified for the attainment of a system of government similar to enjoy the self-government. British Empire, they did requested British Empire to give us a system of self-government. But the extremists, on the other hand, met separately under the presidency of Aravind Ghosh. They wanted a resolution, and the Calcutta Congress, they demanded Swaraj, Swadeshi, boycott, national education. They considered the step to be taken to continue the work of the Congress. They also set up to commit, headed by the Tilak, to bring a reapproachment with the moderates. So this was the reason behind. Yeah, both. Yeah, here if you see, don't take any negative impact. So both moderates and the extremists, both of them, they wanted to get, their main intention was to get the independent, but the methods were different. In one hand, the tradition, the simplicity, that moderates, they wanted to maintain that. But whereas the extremists, they didn't like the principles of the moderates. That was the problem between these two. As a result, with the ideological differences between these two, moderates and the extremists, finally, this Indian National Congress got split, divided between the moderates and the extremists, and it continued till 1916. 1907, Surat split was held till 1916. Yesterday we discussed even the Annie Besant, the Irish lady. When this Irish lady came and joined with the Indian National Congress in 1915-16, and she started the Home Rule League, she had little bit contribution to make the reduce the gap between these moderates and extremists. And finally, in 1916, both the moderates and the extremists, they joined together. Okay, this is one of the historically important, we can remember. During this 1907 to 1914, remember, may I know what is the importance of 1914? 14. Yeah,
World War I.
Yeah, very good, very good. World War I. So what is the role of this Indian National Congress during the World War I that we are focusing? Before that, let us see, this Congress formed in 1885. We reached nearby 1907. These many years, near about 22, 23 years, what was the achievement of this Indian National Congress? Moderates didn't get any achievement, no eye shooting achievement. We can't say that, oh yes, this is the achievement of the moderates. No such eye shooting achievement we able to find out. Extremists, they demanded. In the meantime, yesterday also I told you, divide and rule policy. Yeah, yes, Aswini, can you say what is this divide and rule policy? Yes, Aswini. Divide and rule policy.
Yes, sir.
What is that? What did you understand? Yesterday we discussed that, no?
Sir, Britishers used to rule a large part in that time. So they used to divide it into parts and they used to rule, sir.
Divide parts among not the region, among the people, right? Among the people. Suppose in India, Hindus and Muslims.
Sir, your voice is stuck, sir. Sir, we are not getting your voice.
So they are good friends. They are very close.
Sir?
I think, is it audible now?
Yes, sir. Now it's audible.
Yeah. Network due to cloudy. Okay. So, divide and rule policy, we know that the British wanted to divide between the group of the people. It may be the Hindus or the Muslim. Yesterday also I gave one example. Even not only India, even in Nigeria also one example we have seen. Anyhow, so based upon this divide and rule policy, they divided Hindus and Muslims. Bengal was the first step Lord Curzon has taken. Second step was, yesterday clearly I told how they misinterpreted, or that is none other than manipulated the relation between Congress and Hindu. Okay, I'm not repeating that. It will take little time. So once you listen, Vishnu Kumar ji, yesterday's class, once you can understand how the British created differences between Hindus and Muslims and related to the Congress. Okay, so based upon that, they encourage the Congress for the creation of a new party. We able to get the party that was called as the Muslim League, right? So Muslim League, when it came to the power, I mean, they formed the party. Now they wanted some legislative seats, council. By that time, we were provided some council assemblies or the council seats. Muslims wanted separate council for the Muslims through the Muslim League. Try to understand once again. When British were ruling India by that time, they provided a little bit power to us. Council government, okay, local government, we can say, present local government, okay. So in that council government, the only Hindus were little bit majority. So Muslims are unable to get any seats or not elected. So Muslims wanted a reservation. To fulfill that ideology, in 1909, the British government provided one small reform that was called as the Morley-Minto reform. Please remember and write that. British government tried to get the moderates, and result was Morley-Minto reform, 1909. The reform reinforced the strength of the moderate as well as the Muslims, and the little bit separate election councils were given to the Muslims, and it was also helpful for the to make a bridge between moderates and the extremists. That also one of the another step. We are not going in detail to the Morley-Minto reform. So two main objective of the Morley-Minto reform: to provide the reservation to the Muslims in the provincial council. Second one, to make a bridge between the gap between moderates and the extremists. So that was one achievement, we can say, 1909. Okay. So after that, let us go to 1914. As we know that 1914, First World War. Am I right? Vishnu Kumar ji, may I know First World War between two groups? Any idea about that two groups? Yeah, Vikram ji, if you know, you can even
Allied powers and Axis powers, sir.
Sorry?
Allied powers and Axis powers.
Very good. Excellent, excellent. Vishnu Kumar ji, yes, 1 minute. I will take just 2 minutes. Please try to understand that. Without understanding that, we can't. Triple Alliance and Triple Entente. Please note down. Yes, Swini. Completely new. Please note down. Okay, for you, I think it is new. Vishnu Kumar, I hope you have little knowledge on that, right? So please note down. We will go little bit German unification. Germany got unification 1801, 1801, German unification. When Germany finally unified itself under the leadership of Hitler, Bismarck, then they have taken two places from France, Alsace and Lorraine. Okay. Then after the unification, Germany had a fear that in future, France may attack Germany to get back the two places of Alsace and Lorraine. Out of that fear, in 1878, please note down, 1878, 1871, Germany completed unification. In 1878, Germany secretly joined the hands with Austria-Hungary. Yes, Aswini, please note down. This is completely new for you. Please note down. Germany secretly joined its hands with Austria and Hungary in 1878. Main intention was to secure itself from the France. Okay, and later on in 1882, in that, oh yeah, Germany in one hand, Austria-Hungary another country. Austria-Hungary by that time anyhow one country only. So this was popularly called as a dual alliance. In 1882, in that dual alliance, Italy joined. Then 1882, then it was called as a triple alliance. When they secretly made the triple alliance, I hope you have written that. When they secretly made the triple alliance, on the other hand, France joined its hand with England, then Russia, then America. Then they created by 1907 those groups. France joined with the England, Russia, and America. They created another group, and that group was popularly called as a Triple Entente. So at the time of World War I, by 1914, the entire world divided between two groups. One was headed by Germany and its allies or the supporting country. On the other hand, it was France, England, Russia, America. Yeah. Yes, Swini, for your easiness, triple entente, FEAR, fear countries. FEAR, F for France, E for England, A for America, R for Russia. So simply you can remember that. So this was the division, right? So now my question, can anyone give answer? Oh, 1940, this was the division. World divided into two groups. Very important. You have to remember. Otherwise, we can't understand this next point. So in this division, World War I started. Yeah. Now, my question is whether India participated in the World War I or not. May
Yes,
I know?
sir. It participated, sir, with the help on the side of British.
Yeah, Vikramji, good, excellent. So India also participated in the World War I on behalf of England, as England was ruling or we are under the colonization of England. India participated. Yeah, one point we have to remember here: at the time of war, Indian National Congress already there. The British government requested Indian National Congress, or we can say with the permission of Indian National Congress, British government declared India's participation in the war. Please remember, as these all are little bit difficult. I'm little slow, I'm telling. Yeah, Vikram.
According to what I read is that the without the taking the permission of Indian National Congress, British has announced that India is participating, sir.
World War II, that was.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
During World War II, yeah.
Okay, sir.
During World War II, they did not take participation, Indian National Congress permission. As a result, that elected 11 provinces, we conducted election. And those leaders, they resigned due to that. You are correct, Vikramji, but that was World War II. As they did not take permission from the Indian National Congress, we conducted the election 1937. In that election, 8 provinces were owned by the Indian National Congress. 3 provinces were owned by the Muslim League. And as Indian National Congress was not given any permission, or British government did not take any permission, out of that reason, they resigned. That was World War II. Now we are discussing World War I. Yeah, good. You are correct. You are correct. That is World War II. Good. Nice. You are more basic. You are hearing. Nice. You are giving nice answers also. Good. So now let us continue. World War I. We are talking World War I. So India participated. Near about 75,000 Indian soldiers. They lost their life also. Anyhow, leave it. That was the Indian participation. And the British promised that we are going to give some reform, not independent. And Indian national, because that was the initial stage, no? And the complete independent or the Purna Swaraj are not the concept. We need some reform. And British also agreed to give some reform. Yeah, that was the contact between Indian National Congress and England. We participated and England won the war. What reform they gave, we'll discuss. But before that, let us know what happened in the worldwide. England won the England victory side. On the opposite side, with Germany, Austria, Hungary, Italy, Turkey also one country was there. So their allied, their supporter country. Turkey also lost. As a result, after the World War I, the Triple Alliance, they surrendered to the Triple Entente, and Triple Entente, they conducted the treaty. Every war ends with the treaty. So also, this World War I ended with the Treaty of Paris. Most of the books we are getting World War I ended with the Treaty of Versailles. Yeah. Treaty of Versailles was only the treaty which was signed against Germany. But to be frank, the World War I ended with the Treaty of Paris. In that Treaty of Paris, near about 20 treaties they signed, individual countries. One of the individual country, Germany, the British allied countries they signed, that was Treaty of Versailles. Anyhow, our question is, the British, the allied power, they signed one treaty against Turkey separately. And what did they do? Turkey, till now it is there. It is a Muslim country till now. By that time, the head of the Muslims, Khalifa, was ruling or living in the Turkey. Try to understand. During that, to give the punishment to Turkey, they removed the title of the Khalifa. Is it clear? Yes, Swini, may I know what is this Khalifa? Did you understand Khalifa? Yes, Swini. Yes, Swini, are you there in the class? No.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Khalifa, did you understand what is Khalifa? Once you listen, Vikramji will say, once you listen. Yeah, Vikramji. Khalifa.
He's like a head of the Turkey, sir.
Head of, yeah, Vishnu Kumarji. Can
Like
you?
a ruling
Vishnu
party
Kumarji has written that. Sorry?
Ruling person of Turkey.
Yeah,
Like
not only Turkey, as we are having the Pope, the head of the entire community of the Christianity. Similarly, Vishnu Kumar has given some, but I can't see. Okay, I'll find out Vishnu Kumarji what you have written from ma'am. So, as entire community, Christian community Pope, entire world Muslim community had was Khalifa. Now it is clear, I hope. So that title,
yes,
Khalifa, was removed by British government. British government, they removed the title of Khalifa. As a result, it was an insult for entire Muslim community. Try to remember. So also, Muslim community means in India also we have some Muslims. Okay. So that was the insult for Indian Muslims also. So worldwide, after the removal of the Khalifa title, worldwide, all the Muslims, they made an agitation against the British. And that was popularly called as Khilafat movement. It was the result of World War I, 1918. So Khilafat movement. Khilafat movement. May I know? Yes, Vishnu Kumarji has written something. I unable to identify whether his mic is not working or something. Anyhow, Vikramji, now can you just within one word or very briefly can you say what is this Khilafat movement?
it is the agitation of Muslims due to the removal of the word Turkey from removal of Caliphate from the Turkey, sir.
Yeah, very good. I hope Yasaswini understood because yeah, this is the exact thing. Okay, as the British given punishment to Turkey by removing the title of Khalifa, it was an insult for the entire world Muslim community. So all the world Muslim community went against agitation against the British government. So also Indians in India also we able to see the Khilafat movement, and that Khilafat movement supported by Indian National Congress. Yeah, by that time Gandhiji also came from South Africa. We'll discuss about Gandhiji later on. Gandhiji also came, and Gandhi had also sympathy toward the, sympathy not support, we can say, toward the Muslims. And with the help of Gandhiji, Indian National Congress, and by that time two prominent brothers, Muslim brothers, and they were the members of all India Congress, as well as Ali brothers, Shaukat Ali and Muhammad Ali, Ali brothers. This movement was started in India, and that was popularly called as the Khilafat movement. So this Khilafat movement able to bring Indians, both Hindus and Muslims, once again together. The British government wanted to divide and rule, but now it became able to create a platform for the closeness between Hindus and Muslims. Khilafat movement. Keep it aside. Try to remember that Khilafat movement. Once again, we'll discuss the Khilafat movement in 1920 during the non-cooperation movement. Once again, we'll discuss. Now come to once again World War One. What happened World War One? 2 minutes left over. Let me complete. British promised India to give some reform. Yeah, they gave the reform. What was the reform? They divided India into some provincial council. They provided or allotted provincial council. Means local self-government or home rule movement or the self-rule government, like that. Some province they created and they provided the provincial autonomy, number one. That was quite okay. Some books you will get diarchy. Diarchy means dual government. In central government, British were ruling, and local government, we able to elect our own leaders and we can rule ourselves. So that was the simple concept of diarchy or dual government,
Sir?
right? Along with, Vikramji.
Sir, is federal and diarchy are same, sir?
Sorry?
Federal.
Yeah, federal is a modern concept. Federalism derived from the word federals, modern concept. Local self-government and all this. Federal government, two type of government, two or more government are
Sir, your voice is breaking.
Federal government. Okay.
Sir, your voice
it was not the, now it is, I hope. By that time, the word federal was not used. It is newly, very recently implemented in the democracy, derived from the word called fedos. Fedos means distribution of power between central government or two level of government. That is the fedos. So here, we can say provincial government. Almost in democracy, federalism or the provincial government almost the same. You're correct. Okay. So they gave the provincial autonomy. That was one good. We can elect our leaders and all this. Even they gave the voting right. But we utilize the voting power 1937 for the first time. That we'll discuss. Now, along with that, another rule they implemented that was popularly called as the Rowlatt Act. In one hand, they gave reform. On the other hand, when they saw that the Hindus and Muslims are coming closer, this Khilafat movement, and the British unable to control the divide Hindus and Muslims. So in that case, they implemented another rule. They gave more power to the local police in the name of Rowlatt Act. Rowlatt Act, what it says, now out of, if any, the police was given more power. The police can arrest any of the Indian out of suspect and directly can send to the jail minimum a period of 2 years without giving a chance for trial. Okay. But in Indian constitution, or if you'll see the British, there is no such system. Police has no power to send a person directly to the jail. Only the activity of police. Yes, Ashwini, are you understanding? I hope so. So police has a right to arrest a person, then to hand over nearby magistrate or the court.
Sir, this meeting will end in a minute.
Yeah,
will you sum it up or you want to take up for 5 more minutes?
This is 10 minutes. Can we?
Yes.
10 minutes because it is little bit middle. It is become.
Yeah.
Okay, 10 minutes. We can continue.
Yes. We'll
just
join
5
again.
to 10 minutes.
We'll join again.
Okay. Okay, ma'am.